Some people think that if you're born under the sign Taurus, you are strong and steady. Geminians might be more flexible. Aquarius might not focus on romance as much, but they like Libra's affection. Lots of people use astrology to learn about themselves, their friends, and what might happen in the future. But is there real proof that is true? A long time ago, there were people called the Babylonians who watched the sky. They saw that the sun moved in a special way for each month of the year. They split this into 12 parts, but there's actually 13.
Horoscope readers the world over may be having a bit of an identity crisis this morning. A NASA blog from 4 years ago gaining traction online, pointing to the fact that there's a 13th constellation that's not used in the zodiac.
They didn't use one part because their calendar had 12 months, and each part met with a time when the sun, moon, and planets moved around. Now, let's talk about astrology and astronomy. Some people think they are the same, but they're not. Astrology is when people believe that what happens in the sky can affect what happens to us, while astronomy is about studying the sky like scientists do. The Babylonians were the first ones to make astrology organized. They thought the movement of the sun, moon, and planets meant something important. They said each sign matched with certain groups of stars in the sky. So they started collecting data and using that data to tell stories. And they actually became really good at predicting things and only cared about predicting. Over time, people thought these signs were connected to how people act.
The Babylonians were always attempting to predict the future. This clay model of a sheep's liver, complete with gallbladder, was used to teach the art of divination, the zones and cuneiform inscriptions revealing the ominous signs.
Our brains like to find patterns, even when things might be random. This is called apophenia.
Every other kind of psychological classification of people, quite frankly, there is no either or when it comes to psychology. It's only and, in the sense that we're all a mixture of the same things.
So, when people saw that certain personality traits match with certain signs, they thought it meant something. But astrology had a problem. Scientists have been talking a lot about whether astrology is true or not. They did some tests, but they didn't find any proof that it's true.
One of the things that they don't account for, astrologers, is as time passes by, there's this thing called precession where the Earth's axis actually makes like a rotation. And these constellations were set like 2,000 years ago.
Leo, here's what you can expect in 2024.
Some people today believe in astrology, though it's something scientists like to make fun of. But that doesn't mean astrology has no value.
This week, regardless of expense, we're able to bring you most of the stars, to say nothing of the moon, the earth, and the sun.
Astrology can help us reflect on our relationship and on the way we make decisions. And for what it's worth, it can help people feel connected with ancient history.